the only limitations that you have are the limitations that you put on yourself.
Yeah.
And so if you're constantly telling yourself, oh, I can't do this because I have to take Ritalin or Adderall, to be able to be like everybody else, that's that's
Right.
not keeping you down. Didn't keep me down.
A lot of guys that make it in special operations fields. First of all, you have to be smart to make it in special operations because you have to have a GT score of like 115 or so,
Hmm.
which means you have to be have problem solving ability and stuff like that. But you look back at a lot of guys, and they wasn't academically smart in school. They wasn't star athletes
Yeah.
or some mullet from Oklahoma with that just was too tough to quit and somehow scored high on a GT score. Like, what do you think that is?
I mean, I wouldn't say. Sounds kind of weird. I wouldn't say I'm not smart.
I mean,
but
you're definitely
I
brilliant.
just didn't find any interest in academics, and it was I didn't apply myself, and got diagnosed with ADHD. Hated that.
Yeah.
Hated that.
Yeah.
Taking Ritalin and Adderall and shit growing up. The teachers were always complaining. I put my parents through hell. I was homeschooled for a year because I couldn't get along with anybody at school. The teachers, I was just constantly moving around, just being a kid. And I hated taking that medication. So I would, because I could tell it wasn't me. I would
Right.
take it.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people take that shit for speed now, but it slowed me down, and I would be in class like knowing this is not who I am. Like I feel calm and collected, and I'm able to concentrate, but I know this is not me as a person.
Mhm.
And that really bothered me. And so I would take the medication and throw it out the bus window at school, pretend that I took it at home, and then throw it out of the bus window. The school bus window.
Yeah.
I would do that for months, and then the next report card would come out, or midterms or whatever, and teachers would like say the shit in class. They'd be like, "Oh, you didn't take your medication today," like right in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And I hated that because I knew I was different than everybody else, and I had to have medication to get an edge to make good grades and help me concentrate. And that, like, I don't even know why I'm going down this road, but it just really bothered me growing up.
It makes sense. I mean, to me, like, this is a reflection on the education system and not on individuals. Like, when you take that segment of like special operators who are like, the top, less than a percent of people in the world, but, fraction of percent of people in the world who are highly intelligent, problem solving individuals that could do just about anything. But you go back and look at their childhoods, they were medicated or deemed as troublemakers or not smart. And I think it's more of a reflection on the education system that, we're not being challenged. Like, I didn't feel challenged in school. I mean, I dropped, I have MBA now and I'm getting my second master's from Harvard, but I didn't,
Yeah.
I flunked out of high school. I went in the Marine Corps without even a high school diploma. I got a GED, and I know a lot of guys in the communities and from our community are like that. And I think it's not a hit on us, but a hit on the education system, and you're
Yeah.
challenged.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say I wasn't. It took my parents. It was a big decision for my parents to do that, and I don't blame them for it. And I'm
Sure.
not even upset with them about it. And I know I was a pain in the ass. So, and but yeah, that's I was nothing spectacular as a kid. That's all I'm kind of saying.
Yeah.
But great parents, like really close with my mom and dad and my brother and sister, and we're a tight family. So there was no like childhood trauma or anything like that. There
Yeah.
was just, I guess the medication just,
Yeah.
I was in like all these advanced math programs and this program called Odyssey of the Mind. I was super creative as a kid.
Yeah.
and like I said, really good at math, but once I started getting older, I just didn't care. Like I just had no interest in math, anything academic, anything. All I wanted to do, up to a certain point, I don't remember. I mean, I grew up playing GI Joes and
Yeah.
carving spears and making bows and arrows, and would go to Ace Hardware and buy saws and knives and shit like that so I could make my own weapons and and so I always had like this infatuation with the military life. And I mean, we're like close to the same age, I think.
I'm 48.
Yeah, I'm 41.
Okay.
So,
Yeah.
but Gulf War was going on when I was, I don't know how old, maybe like whatever, as a kid.
Yeah, you were a kid. Yeah.
And so I would just look at all the magazines just to see the pictures of guys in uniform with tanks and airplanes and guns and all that kind of stuff. And it just stuck with me. And that's what kind of led to my interest in the military.
Well, fast forward to today, you've been a Navy SEAL, you work as a contractor for the CIA, incredibly successful with your podcast, like I said, number 3 in the world. But as your business, you have a phenomenally successful business. So what would you say to, a young kid who's like struggling on medication, maybe feeling they're not smart enough, they're being told that they're problematic, clearly they can look at you and see that you can be successful. But what would you say to that kid?
Man, I would say, nobody ever believes this
Mhm.
when you say it. I didn't either. But the only limitations that you have are the limitations that you put on yourself.
Yeah.
And so if you're constantly telling yourself, I can't do this because I have to take Ritalin or Adderall, to be able to be like everybody else, that's bull. That's
Right.
not keeping you down. Didn't keep me down. And this guy's podcast is already way bigger than mine. Who cares? Like
Yeah.
you're just starting, and in and man, I'm getting off track, but another thing that I would like to say is, like one thing in business that I was always doing is waiting for like that guy to come and be like, let me show you how this is done, Shawn. You know what I mean? And like mentor me in business or be some type of angel investor or, somebody that like comes and backs what I'm doing. That never happened. At least it didn't happen to me.
Yeah.
And so, and I think a lot of people fall into that, they're
Sure.
waiting for like the money to come in or they're waiting for the mentor to come in, and man, fuck the mentor. Like just go and build. I don't think anybody in business really knows what the fuck they're doing.
No, figure it out along the way, mess it up and try again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it is, I think business is very similar to going through special operations. It's just enduring a bunch of shit. It's hard to find people to work for you. It's hard to find motivated people. It's everything about it is hard. But if you just keep going and going and going, you're going to outlast all your competitors.
Yeah.
And quit looking at what everybody else does and just do what you like to do. And you will find success if you do what's true to you. So
Yeah.
don't put limitations on yourself and do what you like to do and find a way to make money out of it.